Hey guys, it is Tammy with Cheers to Creativity, and I'm here to share another idea with you for the Essential Stencil and Totally Dazzled combined challenge. And if you're going to be entering that, make sure you hashtag on social media, hashtag TDES challenge. And if you're watching this and you would do this for me, I'd greatly appreciate that. Now, I actually had two projects planned for today, and I realized I didn't have enough keys to do both of them. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just going to be a show and tell, but you guys will get the idea and you could replicate it yourself if you so desired. So if you pop on, just say hi so I know you're here. Oh, I see Carolyn and I see Sign Design by Cece, and then there's Janet. So if you guys would do that, that would be great. I'm going to pop on the iPad real quick so I can find us. And then I can try to watch for comments, I do the best I can, but no, I'm always going to go back after the fact and look to see if you had anything you had questions about or anything else. I want to cover something really quick before I get started. I know that it can be frustrating when you see a project and you go to Essential Stencil or Totally Dazzled, and they're out of that item. But both of those companies have something really, really cool. They have a little space near the item that says, if you want to be notified when this is back in stock. Some words like that. Do that because they all expect to get these things back in stock. I know the butterflies that I had shown on a project are out of stock right now, but that doesn't mean they're gone. It just means they're waiting for more to come in. So if that happens, just remember they would be glad to notify you when the stock is back in. What else do I have to say? Okay, I'm going to take you down. And you're going to have to work with me a little bit on this one because like I said, I don't have enough keys to do both projects. And I really, really want to do the clock. That's coming up, okay? So I'm going to put you down. And this is just an MDF circle. I don't know how big it is, but I can tell you, and it wouldn't matter because my idea for this is very adaptable. But let me just do this. This is about a 12-inch round. Let me go ahead and put this on. And here's my idea for this. And the idea actually comes from my sweet husband, Al. And it is because he has a tattoo on his arm that incorporates a lot of things, but it also has a clock on it. And so we're going to imagine this kind of being like a clock. Can we see that okay? It might have to come up. I'll come up when I do the bigger one. And what he did on his tattoo is he had the clock numbers, or the time, facing our anniversary date. So this may not be, and I did the arms with bling, the bling wrap. So I'm trying to think. Oops, wrong way. I got to do this the right way because we got married at 5/24. Okay, so it'd be a little before that. And you have your other marks on here, so it'd be a little easier to see. And you could do your marks on this one with, maybe you could use a heart out of here. Let's see what that would look like. It says, P.S. I love you. This is a great set. I was looking for the set, the smaller set that said, This Is Us, but this works great as well. Let me see what I've got. You could do you and me. I could just use the hearts out of the jar here and do a heart for each letter, each number in between there. Because you know that this is 12, then this would be 1, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to go ahead and stencil what I wanted to put on there. I wanted to do this, which is the I Love Us. And I'm just going to stencil that in, I think I'm going to do that like in a metallic silver color. Just so you can get the idea of this. Like I said, I can't finish this project because I need the hearts for something else, but that's okay. I'm going to just grab this and do I have a sponge nearby? Of course not. No. I'm going to grab a little paint on a stencil brush. I've got to find some place to offload it. How about a paper towel? And I'm going to just do the I love us. Show you one more thing I would do on this. And this would just be a sweet little, I don't know, a sweet little sign you could have in your bedroom or anywhere, but just a little anniversary thing. I love us. And then I would get this toward the middle. We'll make it there. And you could even, if you wanted to, after you get your time, let's pretend for pity's sake that the time is this. This could be the center of your clock too. You could use just a little dazzle to do the center. That should have been up a little further. But you get the idea, okay? An idea for you. Now I'm stealing these keys. Boop, boop. And I'm moving this out of the way because I'm bringing you the project that I want to do with you. Oops, I need to pick up a glue that fell. And there's the tape measure. And this is what we're going to be working on. Whoa. And I need to create just a tiny bit more space. So, and I'm going to lift you up in just a second. But what I'm doing right now, you don't need it to be lifted up for, because I need to find a center. This is a circle. This is a, how big? I'm guessing 18. Let's see. Yep, 18 diameter circle. This is about, maybe about a 1/2 inch thick. So just to give you an idea. And I knew I needed a smaller circle in the center. And this just happened to be a size that would work, and I'm just lining it up. This is about 10 inches, okay? I'm just going to grab a piece of chalk. And you go around the outside of this. Oops, I'll line it back up because I just boo-booed. Okay. Can I see that? I can't see my chalk down here. It depends on what color your background would be. This is a little, the chalk's a little challenging to see, but I can see it. You can't. That's okay. You don't need to see it. Because I want the center of this to be a different color. So, could go a lot of different ways. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you from my husband that if you want to find the center of a circle, go to YouTube and you can find it out, because that's how he did it. I love when he does that. Okay, I picked up this color, which is cocoa, because I thought I kind of picked up the color that was behind here. And I'm not going to do it as a complete base coat, I don't think. I think I'm going to do it more like a wash. We're going to find out in a second here. Just grabbing me a good size brush. It's a good size brush. I'm going to grab a little water. I think I'm going to thin it down a little bit. And I just want to get this. Oh, I might need to be a little heavier than that. Okay. I want this to be a contrasting color. But I want it to blend too. I'm trying to do my best to go right up to this little line. And what's our trick? Watch where you're going. Not where you're at. I had to laugh. I was listening to Tony Robbins yesterday, and he used that same analogy, that wherever your focus is, you steer. He was talking about a car, but it's true in life. So a little something on there. I don't know what that is. You need a little more paint. I debated about going black in the center, but I think with what I want to do with it, I'm going to like this color better. I think. We're going to find out. I'm going to be using an essential stencil here in just a second. I'm going to be using the new olive branch background stencil. I'll show that to you in a second. Hey, I linked everything I'm using in the description for this. And I tried to make it as easy as possible so that you could, if you want to just go take a peek at what Essential Stencil has, there's just a link for Essential Stencil. There's also just a link to Totally Dazzled. And then I tried to do the individual links for each of the products, I can talk, I am using today. There always seems to be more than one way to get you guys information. But I want you to remember that, what I told you, that if by chance, let's say we go to do this and there's something sold out, just go ahead and note that you might like to get when it comes back in. It's not saying you're going to buy it when it comes back in, but you'll at least know when it comes back in. So I've done this brownish color, okay? Now, what I'm going to do next is hit it with a blow dryer because I'm going to want a stencil on this. Blow dryer, please. There you go. All right, I really want to know, I want people to know how fun it is to mix and match these products. So if you would sprinkle that around, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, the stencil I'm going to put on here is going to be, it fell on the floor, hang on. I'm going to be using this stencil. Now, I would like to tell you that I could keep it all in the right spot, but I'm thinking I'm going to use at least a little bit of tape to try to keep me so I'm not, and it may not be perfect, but I'm going to try to kind of again, I know it's not going to be perfect, but I'm just going to try to get it, because I can come back and clean up my edge with a darker color if I want. I'll lay that down. Probably what I should have done is just done a circle of, laid it all out, and that would be a good idea. You know, that would be a good idea. Huh. What you should do is you could tape this up, put the same circle I did, and then cut out from the inside out. We're going to just try to tape off a little bit of it here and there, and then I won't do the whole circle for you. Just try to get around a little bit. It reminds me of when I was used to sew and you would, we're going to just have to try. We're going to try. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I want to use a very similar color because I want this to be very neutral. So I could do a couple things. I could pick up a totally different metallic. I could take this brown color and add some white to it, which is what I think I might do if I have some white metallic nearby. Hang on. Hang on. I just want to give it a little different color. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna lighten a little bit up. A little bit of white. So I'm gonna make a color. So this is the brown I used. I'm gonna lighten it up a little bit. Just a little bit. See? We know I won't need much. And then I'm gonna add just a little bit of a shimmer to it. I don't have my white shimmer, so this is champagne gold. We all know I love my champagne gold. And I'm just going to mix that in there too. Make sure I have enough of this color, which I think I do. Yep, that'll be good. I'm just going to wipe that off in case I need more. I'm going to take the stencil out of here. That sometimes is the hardest part, is getting the stencil out. I'm going to lay it down. Don't need this. And I'm just going to try to be really careful on my edge. And I'm going to just kind of lay it randomly. This is going to get in my way, and this is going to get in my way. So we're just going to have to be a little more careful. Okay, so I'll tape it down in a couple spots. That will give me a couple spots to not get my stencil into. There, look at that. So I've taped it down. I'm going to grab a stencil brush, a clean one. I'm going to go into that funky color I made. I'll get some extra if I need there. I'm going to offload on my paper towel. And I'm going to do one just so you can see, so we can look at the color first. So I'm just going to do this one. I'm going to peek I think that's pretty. I don't think it's too obnoxious. I think it's pretty. That's what I think. So I'm going to just be very careful as I get around my edges here. I'm catching this random. I love this background. I think this would be beautiful as a border on something. In fact, Miss Sharon from Sharon's Shed did one with this as a border, and it was beautiful. So I'm having to kind of take a peek where this is at. Pick up a little more of that paint. Making sure I get all my little... Making sure... I'm just trying to really stay in my circle. I've already kind of given it away what my hands and my clock are going to be, but that's okay. I will be on the Essential Stencil page tomorrow. Well, I'll be here on our page at 11 tomorrow, and then at 7 p.m. I'll be on the Essential Stencil page. And I'm really excited about that project too. Yeah, Sharon's was beautiful. I think the color does look good. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you being here. Love when you take time out of your day to spend a little time with me. And of course, I love it when you sprinkle this around. Also love it when you send me some stars. It just makes it so much more fun, I guess. Let me get this one too. I want to make sure I got them all. Did I get this one? I think I did. All right, you know I'm a peeker. Did I miss one there? No, I think I got it. I kind of like that. What do you think? Pretty subtle. Got a little mark there I don't like, but that's okay. Well, we can fix it. Okay. We made it go away. Okay, so we've got this subtle background, and I'm going to need to play with my placement for a second. And while I do that, I'm going to plug in something else. I'm going to use a hot glue gun for this one. Or that is my plan. Let me check on any comments we've got going right now. Oops, there we go. You really like that? I'm glad. I like it too. I don't need my paint anymore, so we'll just go ahead and add that to the trash. And I don't need this brush. I'll put that in water so it doesn't. Okay. And let's get rid of the paint on a Tammy. Okay, this is a key pack from Totally Dazzled. And I'm going to use a lot of keys. And the best way to do this is to line them up. I'm going to pull you up. I can tell we can't see this all completely. Hang on, guys. Hang on. All right. That should be a little better. Where am I at? Okay. Now I'll tell you something else. I could leave just the 4 main key marks, which would be 12, 6, 3, and 9, and stencil maybe a little bit of the olive branch for the other numbers in there. But I really think I want to go ahead and use my numbers as these keys. So this pack came with 10, and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. And then my husband suggested that he had a couple antique keys that I might want to use. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill them in. I am going to check this so that make sure that it's a little more even. I have this figured out. This one has to go someplace special. Let me think. This little key. Let me find something dark to show this to you on. This little key says love. Can you see that? So I want to be able to see that. So I don't want it to be too slanted. So I think this might be my best spot. Okay. What do you think? The keys are super, super pretty. Okay, so I've got to look at my spacing. Here's 12 o'clock. We're good with 12. We are good with 6. We are good with... And the only thing I didn't know is with those little keys if they should go all the way out to the end or if I should do them more in the center. I kind of feel like the center might look a little better. What do you think, guys? On the edge or on the center? Well, while you're thinking of that, let's see if my glue is hot yet. More in the center? Okay. I'm going to do this guy first. I'm going to do my best to get this all on here without getting too much glue where it doesn't belong. And without gluing my fingers down. All right. So got that guy on there. And I'm going to do this guy. This guy's it's going to be a little interesting because he doesn't have a lot of spots. My 7 o'clock needs to be closer to my 6 o'clock. You're right. You're right. That's why I'm doing the ones that I'm sure of first. So I'll do this one next. And I'm just going to try to get as much glue on the spots that I need it to be as possible. And we're going to pull this one over here. 6. Okay. And I'm going to do this guy over here. I know you can't really see me gluing, but really I'm just using the little glue gun and just trying to get it where it needs to attach. And it's just a matter of getting it the right spot and trying not to burn my hand and, you know, all that fun stuff. Again, I have said this an awful lot this last week. I am much more of a painter than I am a crafter. Oops, it's going to go down a little bit. That's pretty good. So, for all of you out there who are super, super good with the glue guns and know all the latest tricks and tips, I'm glad for you. It's just not probably going to ever be me. But that's okay. I will continue trying to create fun painted things for you, and you guys can play with your glue gun on a regular basis, and I won't be jealous at all. At all, I promise. Come down a little bit. Now, we have a chance that all my keys are not going to stick real well, and I'm going to have to come back and add some more. Probably, I loved, somebody said their best tip was E6000 and hot glue at the same time, because then you had the holding power of E6000, but you had the quickness of the hot glue. I just don't think I have any. I might leave you for 1 second and see if I might have a little thing of it that I haven't used. One sec. Look, I think I do. Woohoo! Look what I found. I just happened to remember I had these little tubes that I had from something else. And hopefully, let's see, it hasn't even been opened. So that should be helpful. Let's close it for right this second. All right. I think they look pretty good. Does anybody see any that are off? Oh, I'm so glad. So somebody said they learned a lot from me. That makes me happy. All right, so now I got to decide which one's next. Are these all pretty good? See, this one seems a little loose. So let's try this again. Let's try this again. So I'm going to remove the hot glue from this one. I think I did. Yeah. I'm going to use a little of the E6000. I'm just going to try to do a little bit of hot glue in a couple spots. To help it set fast. And we'll try this again. You know I'm going to glue my fingers together, don't you? Okay. Pretty good. Now let's do this to make sure that, guys, I have all sorts of fancy tools here. I'm going to grab this one. Going to hold it down for a sec. I'm going to grab this one. We'll add a little E6000 to it up here. And we'll add a little hot glue to it down here. I'll see if I can get it on here without sticking it to me. Hang on to it for just a second. Oh, thanks, Cindy. You're so sweet. Okay, that one's not sticking. Let's just, I don't think, can hot glue get old? That's kind of what I think. I feel like hot glue can get old or something. We're just going to try to just get this one on here with just some E6000. Oh, my sweet husband is adding some links for you guys. I appreciate him so much. Okay, I'm going to do this again. So this one would be this one and this one. So let's get those straight across, even if I have to move them for a sec. There we go. Got my little guy here. We thought about right before I came on that the edge of this is, like I said, is about a ½ inch. You see me over here? Boo, boo, boo. So you could take their bling and cut it for however thick it is and go all the way around the edge too. I know I'm not going to be doing that while I'm live with you, but it's something we certainly could do. Let's try this one. I'm going to have glue everywhere, people. No doubt in my mind, I'm going to have glue everywhere. Okay, got that guy setting. I will remove all the little hairs afterwards. He is. I use a Super Bonder hot glue and I have, Gorilla Glue is the other one that somebody mentioned to me. Just honestly haven't gotten around to, and someone says there's a Gorilla Glue hot glue gun too that works really well. So I might have to try that too. But for now, we are using what we've got and we're doing the best we can. The other glue I've used is the CA glue, and that glues up pretty quickly. Okay, this one seems to be going back and forth between E6000. Come on, don't need the extra. And a little bit of hot glue. And we're going to put this one here. Hang on to that one for a sec. Do I have them all on? I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, these are the ones that are missing. Okay. I knew there was ones that were missing that weren't on, so these have to go on yet. Sit, ubu, sit. Okay. Let me remove the glue that I can from my fingers. Okay, and this is that little one that said love. So, oh, you know what? It's the love is on the top. Oh, I'm glad I saw that. So we're going to switch those two. Oh, I'm glad I saw that, because otherwise the love would have been this. This is the right way. This is right. Okay. And get a little hot glue. And we're going to put this one down right here. one has lots of extra little hairs on it. And then this guy. And then we're going to see if I can figure out how to do the clock part. No guarantees. But I do have that wonderful husband that if I can't figure it out, he probably could. So I'm just grabbing this key this way. Okay, hang on. Just switch it in my hand. Get that to stay. Okay, so we have our keys. Seriously, people, how do you handle hot glue? I love us too, sweetheart. Okay, so this is a quartz clock movement. I can put a link in Amazon. It may not be this exact one, but I will put a link in Amazon from Amazon on here when I am finished. And I'm going to try to read the instructions. Oh, that could be fun. It says instructions. Place the plastic washer over the shaft. Okay, so this is the plastic washer. Hang on. Place the plastic washer over the shaft. Got that, okay? Then insert the shaft through the hole for the clock. Okay, so did that part. Then place a dial place washer. Hang on. Got to get everything out of here. Hey, I never said. I'm working on it. I'm working. Okay, then place, I think this is the washer. Okay. Attach the dial fixed brass hexagon. That must be this piece. Put the square peg in the round hole. Thanks, Peggy. I'm trying, guys. I think this goes on here, but I think it's supposed to be threaded. There, like that. See? Look at me threading it. Okay, then attach the hour hand. The hour hand's the little hand, right? So then that's there. Then the minute hand, which goes on like such. And then you put this little thingamabobber in here. Okay, we get the idea, right? And there we have our beautiful clock. And it all has to get screwed in there together. So I can't lift it up right now, but I think it is quite pretty. Let's just do a quick little turn. Doesn't matter what time it is. But if this was our clock, it would now be about 10 o'clock. And hopefully by this time tonight, I'll be asleep. Hey guys, this was a lot of fun, and I hope you liked it. Boop, turn this off. And that it gave you a fun idea to possibly do the keys around to make a fun little, what time you got, not what time, we used the date. We used 5/24. That was when we got married. But, you know, you can do whatever you want. Just something fun like that. And then the clock that we did that really was pretty simple. It didn't take us very long at all. It's only 4:30. And I want you guys to take some time to go to Essential Stencil. Use the link so you can look around to see what they have. Check out some of the other projects that you've seen that you might be able to see on either of their pages. Totally Dazzled has a wonderful Facebook page you can follow as well. And of course, we know you want to be following the Essential Stencil page so you can catch me there. So I do think the bling around the edge might be pretty, but I'm going to have to think about that. And I will, if I do it, you'll see. But as soon as everything is set and I have hubby really do the clock the right way, I'll post this picture. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow, both at 11 here and 7 p.m. On the Essential Stencil page. And if you haven't decided to join us tonight, 6 o'clock in just an hour and a half, no, 7 o'clock. 2 hours, thank you, 2.5 hours. We'll be doing the Garden Trio class. It is a paid class, but it's an online class that you have access to for 30 days. So thank you so much. I can't wait to read all your comments. Till I see you again, be kind, be safe, and cheers. Bye-bye, guys.